What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Murphy Moto. Today we're working on Kinsley's Fuller. The issue that we're having, we've actually had this for quite some time. Basically at low throttle or just coasting, it tends to buck a little bit. Like you're on and off the throttle. It's a weird little bucking that we're having. A lot of people said it's the chain. It's not the chain. On these CVTs, one of the common problems is either your clutch or your variator. And I'm going to explain to you what a variator is real quick. I've already taken it off this one. I wanted to take the clutch off of it as well, but whoever put this nut on, put it on with like the strength of God. My DeWalt will not pop it off. I'm going to have to go get my 1/2-inch impact. It'll knock it off, no problem. But I got to be careful because as you can see, the nut on there is in pretty bad shape. But I'm honestly pretty sure the clutch is a culprit too. As you can see, all the dust from this clutch, all the material that's left behind there and in the case and everywhere. And it's also all over the variator fan right here. So this is the variator right here. This is the one that came off her four-wheeler. As you can see, it's got the factory weights in it, which cause the variator to activate. If I can get one of these little fellas out of here. I don't know the weight of these. I just know that it is more than likely a factory setup. So what I have done, being that my four-wheeler is not running, we found the culprit of my four-wheeler. The culprit of my four-wheeler is the motor mounts broke, so the sprocket wasn't sitting completely true with that rear sprocket no matter what I did. So I pulled the motor off. We're going to take it over to my shop, load all the mounts back up, and then we should be good to go. But in the meantime, I'm giving her parts off mine. I did have an aftermarket performance variator, I guess you will call that. I have 13-gram weights in mine. It actually worked really well. So we're going to be putting my variator on her four-wheeler and seeing if it at least helps the problem until I can get the new clutch on. Because I also put a new clutch on mine. Guys, as cheap as this stuff is, when you change out one thing, even if the other one is good, it's best to just go ahead and change the other one out for peace of mind and just so you don't have to go back in there. It's not hard to go back in here, but at the same time, if less work, less work. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, we're going to put this one on here. Now, it does have this roller that it rides on right here. I did not take that out. And we're going to use the original fan from hers right here. You know it's dirty. It's nice and smooth on the front side where mine has grooves in it. So anyway, this one was nowhere near as meticulously maintained as hers was before we bought it. So what we're going to do is, Kinsley, hold this right here.
Yes, sir.
All right there, make sure they can see what we're doing. Just stay right there. All right, so we're going to take this variator, and what all you do is you just slide it on here with that washer. All right, I'm going to call this a washer because it is what it rides on. Take your belt. Just going to pull your belt over right here. Make sure you get it on that washer. If you don't get it perfectly on there, that's fine. Just make sure you get it right here. Let me show them what I'm talking about real quick. Make sure you get your belt over this piece right here so it's actually sitting on that washer. Here, hold that real quick. Let me get the other piece. Then I'm going to take my fan, and you're just going to put it on here. You're going to catch those grooves right here. It's not going to sit on perfect. The belt's going to try to push it away. That's perfectly fine. Don't worry. That's A-okay. So, hold on a minute, baby. We can in a minute. Right now, we got to show them what we're doing and why we're doing it. Take your nut on. Now, don't have to hammer this thing on. I know whoever put that one on believe that you did. Just give it a couple little pops there. Make sure that it's snug. We'll give it a couple more hits. All right, I'm feeling pretty good about that. You do want it nice and tight to a point to where it's going to be able to squeeze that belt and you're not going to lose traction. If you keep hitting it with an impact, it's going to push it till it more than likely break something. Maybe something we run into there. All right, we got the case and everything back on. We're going to see if this has fixed the problem. I doubt it's going to. Go ahead, girl. Pretty sure this is going to be mostly the clutch, but it could definitely at least help the issue. See it bucking. Now, granted, it bucking necessarily doesn't hurt anything immediately, but it can. It can hurt. It's hard to explain. I guess it could cause journals inside the engine, like your rod journal to hit the crank or something like that. Bucking on it is just, it's not an easy thing on the engine to deal with. You got probably 200, 300 pounds right there that's bucking on it.
I don't know if it tweaked or not.
Do you feel it?
No,
Just go slow. We'll see. If it didn't, it's the clutch. I just gotta get a bigger impact, take that clutch off. think it's doing it right there. No. Hard to. If it is still doing it, it's nowhere near as obvious as it used to be, and that's good. I don't think it's doing it no more. It would be great to find out it was just that variator. The clutch is working fine. We can wait a little bit to replace that. Although it's free parts technically because they're coming off my ATV. The thing I do like about these spoolers is they're extremely cheap to work on, so it's easy to try things and see if they work. I'm a mechanic, work on cars, I built drag cars, all that kind of stuff, so this really isn't complicated to me. Although there are, the CVT is kind of new to me, so kind of trial and error on something. No, I don't think it was bucking. I think it's coming over these tree roots right here, and that's what we're hearing. It's not doing it no more. It was that variator.
I feel like I think I just hit a bump. It just made me feel the bump.
That's what it is, where you're running over those tree roots. All right, go one more pass, and we got to go. I think I heard it buck there just a little bit. Pretty sure that clutch has got something to do with it as well. There's a lot of clutch material in there, which means those springs are worn out. They can't hold the clutch back. It's a centrifugal clutch. So once those springs get weak, they can't hold it back as much as normal. You need to replace those hubs too. You see the wheels kind of leaning in. Let's see. It's gonna do it. Cut it off.
Why?
Cut it off. All right, now what do they need to do to our channel?
Subscribe and click that like button for more videos.
Also hit the
and hit the notification. I think it's called
bell, that way you don't miss
the bell,
anything.
so you don't miss any of our brand new videos.
All right, that's it for Murphy Moto today. We'll be back with more stuff going on and getting fixed on our ATVs.
And make sure to get more views.
Make sure, yeah, make sure views. All right.